Reddick. How's it going?
Hey, Marissa. How you doing?
Great. Busy as always. Is this still a good time to ask you some questions?
Yeah, why not?
Awesome. What is your job title?
Senior Vice Provost for Curriculum and Enrollment and Dean of Undergraduate Studies.
Wow, that's a long one.
It is. Won't fit in a card.
How long have you been at UT?
I have been at UT for 15 years as a faculty member and administrator, but I was here as an undergraduate student. So I've been here for a total of 19 years, I guess.
Wow. What's a typical day like for you?
I wake up about 6:30, and then I'm usually taking the kids to school, and I'm usually really cranky and bitter in the morning. But by the time I get dropped off, I'm in a better mood. I hit I-35, deal with all the traffic there, get here about 8 o'clock or so, do emails for about half an hour, and then I'm on to meetings with other deans and the provost, and sometimes my team members, sometimes students, and occasionally teach a class.
Would you mind showing me your office?
Yeah, let's go upstairs and take a look.
Awesome.
Let's go. Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
Well, my dad was in the U.S. Air Force, so I went to 12 different schools, lived in England for 10 years. But I came here to Austin as a 9th grader, and so I call Austin home.
Speaking of Austin, what's your favorite thing about the city?
Good question. Well, I would say it's the people who I've met in Austin. So met my wife here, my kids were born here, my family lives here. It's probably the second floor when we go there, right? Just generally like the fact that it's this really funky, cool, weird, techie place. It kind of fits my personality. Come on out.
Where did you go to college?
I went to the University of Texas at Austin, Hook'em Horns, and I went and got my graduate degrees at Harvard.
What's a story from college that you still laugh about today?
So I think I'll tell the story about me as an undergrad. So I helped form a group on campus called the Texas Blazers. And so when we were very new in our group, we actually decided to go out to College Station. And back in the 1990s, A&M had a tradition called the bonfire. And so it's a very anti-UT kind of vibe, right? So we actually went to the bonfire, unfurled a massive Texas flag, and took a picture in front of it. It's pitch black, right? So you can't really see anything. But as we were doing this, essentially the Aggie people came out and saw us and like, hey, what are you doing? And so we ended up having to run very fast, with our rolled up flag, jump into a car on Highway 6 and drive out of there. So we didn't breathe until like about 10 miles after leaving College Station.
That's a great story.
Yeah, I'm still getting nervous thinking about it. Well, what would have happened if we had got caught? I don't know.
What is your favorite thing about your office now that we're in here?
I would say this office is wonderfully, sort of apportioned, but it's a cubicle, and it's a gorgeous cubicle. But if you look up, like there's no roof. So literally, there's a big meeting room right behind me, and it's the reading room in the life sciences library. And so there's often meetings that I'm in, which is no problem, but I'll occasionally come out the back door, which freaks people out. Like, there's a door there? Or sometimes there's a meeting in this office and I can't even be here because people are talking. So I have a very, very nice cubicle for our office.
I love the life sciences library. It's one of my favorites.
It's a cool place.
What's your favorite hobby?
I guess probably playing music. I take the bass guitar when I was in college, and so I play with a band occasionally, but I also usually just strum a guitar or play bass guitar or play drums occasionally.
Wow, I'd love to hear you play sometime.
Are you sure about that?
How would you describe UT in one word?
Opportunity. I think the university just has so many things happening. There are so many cool people on campus doing cool things at any one point in time. And one of you or all of you will become famous for 15 minutes at some point in time. So just being here in that environment and being around people like that is really exciting.
I totally agree. Aside from your keys and phone, what can you not leave your house without?
Oh, gosh. I would say, I don't know. I usually just carry those two things. I mean, usually I have nothing with me. I guess my wallet, right? Because I have cards and stuff in it.
Good one. Yeah. What are you reading right now?
Promotion and tenure files. You probably mean books, right? I am reading Jeremy Surrey's A Civil War by Other Means, which is a book that Professor Surrey just wrote, and it's amazing and it's really interesting. So that's the other thing that's really cool about UT. We have faculty members, my colleagues, who write amazing books. So, yeah.
I'll have to check that one out. What is the number one thing you hope people learn from you?
I guess humility, because that's the story of my career. I never intended to be a faculty member or senior vice provost or a dean. So this stuff kind of just, I wouldn't say just happened, but basically I made a lot of attempts at doing things, and some worked out and some didn't. But I had people around me who were able to say, hey, that was pretty good. Do it this way next time. Or you should think about doing this one different thing. So I would say just kind of being humble and thinking about opportunities that came up.
Great. What is the quality you most cherish in a friend?
Trust. People you can talk to who will tell you the truth when you don't want to hear it, but also will be your champion when, things are tough and you're having a hard time, but people who just have your back.
I totally agree. If you weren't the senior vice provost and dean of undergraduate studies at UT, what do you think you'd be doing with your life?
So could I be a professor, or would it be something else altogether outside of this place?
Outside of this place.
Wow. Okay. That's a good one. I think my best friend in college is in advertising. So I want to think that I have a creative mind. So I'd be doing something in the sort of creative arts, like maybe writing ad copy or making cool commercials.
That's really cool. Do you have any pets?
No, unfortunately not. I have 2 kids, and my daughter, Catherine, really would like to have a pet, but we don't have one.
What did you eat for breakfast today?
I usually fast in the mornings, so nothing.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's funny because I do a podcast with my colleague, Lisa Thompson, and we do a mic check. And the mic check is always, what did you have for breakfast? And Lisa always has steel-cut oats with blueberries. And I'm like, I had nothing.
Who is your favorite dinner companion?
Oh, my wife, Sherry. Generally because I'm the cook at the house. I generally cook most times, and I love cooking. That's a weird thing because I never cooked before I, got out of college, and I had like a year where I didn't eat well at all, and I learned how to cook. And so now it's a passion of mine. So she eats pretty much anything I make. And now she's a vegetarian. So now I'm learning to make vegetarian food, which is kind of a cool challenge. So yeah.
No, that's great. What's one thing every UT student should do at least once during their time on the 40 acres?
I think that they should go inside of Battle Hall, which is the building right across from the tower. It was designed by Cass Gilbert, who's one of the leading architects in the early 1900s, I think it was. It's a gorgeous building, and unless you're an architecture student, you probably won't ever go into it. So go check it out.
Well, I will now. Yeah. How would you describe your college dorm?
So I lived in Dobie. At the time in the 1990s, Dobie was not part of the UT dorms. It was a private dorm. And so I lived there for all my college years. I was an RA in that building. I have not been in that building since 1995. So I have no idea what it looks like now. But it was actually a pretty cool place to live. My first year, because I was an RA, they gave us a corner suite. So I had a room, 2 rooms that kind of had the view of just the little bit of the stadium all the way to Westlake as a 19-year-old.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. Probably the nicest
great.
view I've ever had.
That's really lucky. I'm sure you have lots of great stories to tell as an RA.
On camera? Yeah, I do.